All right, just on my way to work, picked up some coffee, and yeah, let's get the day started. You'll notice I'm all alone at the office. Everybody's working from home. All right, just got to the office, finally getting all settled in. So the first thing I'm going to do is answer some emails. On your end, I've noticed that today we actually hit 420 subscribers. And I've also realized that only 14.5% of you are actually subscribed. So please subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to keep making these videos since they do take a ton of work. So the first thing I'm going to do is answer these emails. But really, it's hard to focus with no one being at the office right now. That's one of the procedures we've taken in place is everyone from our office is working from home. Our office is officially closed. I'm the only one coming in just to answer phone calls or do any of the administrative work that needs to be done from the office. So as you can tell, nobody's at the office right now, and it's just really, really weird. We've been communicating primarily via our Teams app as well as via phone call to coordinate and to get everything organized and make sure that we're all on the same page on the projects that we're working together on. It has been a bit of a challenge just because we're such a tight, small team, but we're going to make it work, and that's usually part of it. So yeah, I'm going to get through a couple of emails, and then I'm going to head right back out and take you guys along. So this client was complaining that there's a bunch of cracks in his slab that he's been noticing over the years, and he'd just like to find out why and some potential options for fixing them. So emails are done. I caught up with the team. Everybody seems to be doing good from home. Answered a couple of questions, sent out a couple of sketches. And yeah, so now let's go out to that site visit and let's go see what that's all about. So I'm just driving to the site now. So I got my whole kit ready to go. So we'll see what we're up against. Again, this is kind of unprecedented times right now with the whole coronavirus. It's very difficult because normally I typically take my technician with me, but yeah, since they're all working from home now, I'm just doing them by myself, and I've instructed all our clients that I want to be alone when doing the site visits. That's just a procedure we put in place just to make sure that I'm protected and they're protected as well, due to the social distancing here in Ontario, Canada. So yeah, we're just making sure that I'm the only one that could be in the area. I'll discuss with the client if I have any questions via telephone, if let's say they're inside or whatever it might be. And then we're taking all the precautions we can to make sure that we're protected, they're protected, and that we can still move forward with some of these issues that they have. Right now we're getting a lot of calls for foundation problems, foundation repairs. We're also getting a lot of calls for load-bearing wall removals. Typically after the holiday season, we see that often where people want to have more space in their house. So removing load-bearing walls and putting a beam in will allow them to have more people inside their residence. So that's something else that we've been getting a call for. Other than that, it's been a lot of steady stuff. So the typical restoration work. Not that many new builds lately. And as always, a lot of industrial work as well. That's a lot of new builds, a lot of steel work for the industrial industry that we service. But yeah, I find these residential projects are a lot of fun to kind of take you guys with me and show you guys what it's all about. So anyways, comment down below if there's something in residential you'd like to see. I'm sure with the next weeks we'll have lots of time to make more vlogs and more videos. So whatever you guys want to see, leave it down below and I'll actually try to get to it. So we just got to this site. Like I was saying, we were asked to go look at some cracks in a slab. It's in part of a garage. So yeah, it looks like there's a lot of, just on my initial site assessment, looks like there's a lot of snow around here, a lot of water pooling. It also looks like this property is a little bit higher elevated than the surroundings, and when I came in there was lots of lakes and lots of wetlands around here, so it's telling me that it's likely due to frost issues. That's just a guess, because based on my experience it's not very common that you see cracks in garages due from overloading. It's typically due to another condition around here, which is usually frost heave. So anyways, yeah, I just got here. We'll go and take a look and see what we're up against. I started by looking around the garage, looking around the area, looking at some hints. So the first thing I seen was that some of these downspouts were actually not connected to anything. So the water coming off the roof is coming directly right beside the garage. So that's one hint. I'm also noticing that there's a lot of piling of snow near the house. So that tells me that, again, when it melts or when there's some freeze thaw happening, water is very likely to come in there. You could even see that they tried to put a downspout and extend it further, but it's clearly disconnected. We could see that the crack is right starting outside of the footing. So the footing is right on the edge. You could see the strip footing wall. And now we could see a textbook kind of frost heave crack happening here. You could see the cracks coming from both ends of the garage, coming in at a 45-degree angle, coming right into the middle where it straightens out. I'm investigating further, trying to get some understanding of the thickness of the slab. This is about a 4-inch slab, which is very standard around here. And it's sitting with a strip footing on top of a foundation wall. All right, just got back to the office. So let me summarize what happened here. So it's definitely a case of frost heaving. What's happening is that the water below the slab is pushing up on the slab, which is causing the cracking. So the water pools there due to just groundwater or from rain or from melting, and it's just part of the soil. Since the garage is unheated and the water will freeze, what actually happens is that it pushes up on the slab. The reason for the 45-degree cracks is because it wants to take the path of least resistance, right? Which is making a straight line down the middle and 45s out to the outer sides, which are fixed. So in terms of fixing that, there's a few ways to do it. But they're all fairly difficult, and it depends on what the outcome is. If you were to just do a one-for-one replacement, take out the whole slab and re-pour a whole new one exactly as is, within a few years you get the same kind of cracking. That's unfortunately how it works. You have to solve the problem. Just redoing the same thing again is going to yield to the same outcome. There's a few ways to handle that. One of them is, again, make a thicker slab, so something that could take the resistance of all that heaving. However, without knowing exactly the ground conditions and having a geotechnical expert involved, it's quite difficult and could be really expensive, and it's not really a good approach. Another approach would be to stop the water from freezing. So a few ways of doing that are to insulate or to permanently heat the garage. And yes, that's also an option, which is actually quite a good one, and it can be fairly cost effective. Another one is to add proper drainage, so maybe look at having some drains around the perimeter of the building, having a new weeping tile, looking at the soil below the slab, determining if it's something that could allow water to percolate. So those are just a few of the options. Again, in this case, they just wanted to make sure that was the cause, and they'll let us know how they want to proceed in the future, whether they want us to kind of come up with a repair for them, or if they'll essentially live with it. Again, these kinds of repairs are very, very expensive, so that's why it's very important that anyone as engineers designing slabs, especially where there is ground freeze action, you should always take that into consideration. And that happens quite often, that it's something that's overlooked, and we see that often. So again, it's important to bring in the experts to kind of help with the design at the design stage, because you don't want to end up spending all this money on a brand new garage and having a series of cracks like this. So keep that in mind. I'm going to start working on the deliverable for this project, which is just to issue a letter outlining the cause and our professional opinion towards the issue. So I'll put that together, and then yeah, I'm going to keep going working on some other projects today. It's mostly going to be email, so nothing too exciting. A little bit of design work and some report reviewing. So I think I'm going to end it here for today. But as always, if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel
and like the video. It really helps. If we could get the watch time up on these videos as well, that'd be great. So share this with your friends, and as always, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it.